We have a haul today. I know, shock horror. Everything today was ordered from Blackwell's. A little bit ago, they were doing 10% off their entire website, so I took a hold of this opportunity. Now, overall, Blackwell's isn't the best place to do, say, your regular manga shopping. A lot of the volumes are typically RRP, maybe 10% off. But every now and again, on random volumes, they all discount stuff to like 50, 60% off. What is the rhyme or reason? I have no idea. Sometimes you can kind of tell. There are some types of series, and I sometimes talk about them in like when I've hauled stuff. Some types of the 7 Seas Isekais that I quite like that no one else does. It's fine, all the more for me at cheap prices. There is also another type of volume that I went a little ham on, which is kind of the whole point of this video and haul, but we're going to talk about it at the end after I've opened everything. Most of it is fitting into that theme. I think this one box at the bottom is the only one that mostly has sale stuff in it. Let's stop being weird and ambiguous and start opening these boxes. How many have we got? We have 21 envelopes. Some of them are a bit thicker than others. Some of them are single volume ones, some of them are not. And then we have the big box. I feel we should do the big box first because it's the thing that I don't think fits in with the rest of the haul. But that means dismantling this. Wish me luck. I have also, out of massive laziness, not taken my address, the sticker, off any of these, apart from this one, which I literally have just done. So I'm going to be very careful and try to not dox myself. This parcel, I might adjust the camera actually. I feel like this is a smidgen better. This is like the first time in a long time that I'm recording before the sun has set, and I was like, let's try and get on camera again. Use natural lighting and not like the lamp and lights and stuff. We'll see how it goes, see how long this takes me. The football, the World Cup has kicked off, so Ben is downstairs watching that, so I probably have until that's over. How long do football games go for? Nobody knows. So typically Blackwell's pack these with like this kind of paper, but otherwise they're pretty loose. I don't expect to see any bubble wrap. Nope, they are just freeballing it in there. So I think this is all stuff that was on sale. So stuff that was already on sale, like usually, I think I was pretty much anything already below 3 for 2 prices, and then I got 10% off. And hopefully, I think, yes, there is. That's a different series. I'm gonna pull out the series that I know I picked up all of. I knew there was going to be more in here. So we have got 6 volumes of Like a Butterfly. I think we've got 7 through 12. It is complete at 12, so that is now a complete series. I did have 1 to 6 and I am very behind on reading it, so I fell behind, but it was like £5 or a bit below before using the code, and I'm pretty good with that. I do enjoy my like shoujo high school romances, but typically I find I have to read them all in one go. I don't enjoy them as much. I feel like I'm doing them a disservice if I read them one by one. So this was on my list of read once I've got it all, and I've got it all. I have no excuse. I had to stack these. Oh, I can go near the camera and you won't be able to see them, unfortunately. Okay, next we have New News Exorcist Volume 5. Again, just discounted. I thought this was like slow releasing, but I think I'm missing volumes. I don't think I have Volume 4. It's a Shonen Jump, so typically I'll try and grab like 5 volumes and read them together if I can. Next we have Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School Volume 8. I have like random volumes of this, and I think this fills a gap potentially, because I definitely have volumes up into the double digits, just slowly nabbing them. So they're always on sale. Next we have True Love Fades Away When the Contract Ends Volume 3. This is the manga. It's been a while, I feel, since I read Volume 2. I don't know if it was just a slow release for Volume 3 or I just haven't picked it up. It's fine. It's a fantasy romance. It's okay. But again, I said I'd only pick it up if I saw it discounted, even less than a 3 for 2. Next, we have Love of Kill Volume 14. I can't believe I'm still picking volumes of this up. For some reason, I thought I had it complete, but no, I'm missing, I think, 2 more volumes before it's complete. Though I think 14, this might be the final volume. Yeah, I think this is the final volume. I just need to track down that, like, last 1 or 2 that I need. This has also been a secondhand sale series. I'm trying to not I'll just add it to my basket. No, I need to wait. I need to be patient. Next, we have Diary of a Female Lead Volume 5. I've been on a bit of a high school romance kick the last couple of months anyway, so even ones where I was initially like a bit indifferent to, I just want to read it real bad. So I was a bit indifferent to volume 1, but I'm now trying to get more of this to read. I think I have ordered the gaps that I need for this to be able to read up to 5. Also, it's 7 Seas, and 7 Seas are just the absolute worst for reprints. Like, almost every 7 Seas series I was like, I'll just catch back up with this. All of them were missing at least 1 or 2 volumes that I needed to be able to catch back up. They're not even like old releases, like some of them were even this year. It's so bad. I have to try and find some of the ones I need in store. Not for necessarily this series, there were other ones I was trying to get back up to date with. Next we have Toilet Bound Hanako-kun 23. I've fallen behind on reading this. I'm only somewhere in the mid-teens, so I kind of was like, I'll put a pause on picking it up. But when you see it nicely discounted for like £5, and it is one that you have been enjoying and you have been reading, you're just a bit behind, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I quite like this colour scheme, the like blue and yellow is quite nice and striking, but I am also a bit soft for a yellow volume. They always feel the least common. It's like when you see a yellow car. Next we have A Star Brighter Than the Sun Volume 5. I was quite excited to see this one because I think it was like a new release. When I picked it up on Blackwell's, it had not been out long. Sometimes that happens, sometimes just random real new releases get discounted on Blackwell's. What is the rhyme or reason? I don't know. But sometimes it happens and sometimes you can nab them. So I got this cheaper than the 3 for 2, even though it had just come out. Next, this might be the last volume I bought that was sale and not part of the other theme. It is Isak Volume 6. I only have Volume 1, so I nearly didn't, but it was like £10. I want to say it was randomly really discounted quite low. There was a lot of like omnis that were like, a lot of the Vinland sagas were pretty cheap, like 50% off before any discount code. But I think I'm mostly up to date with that. So everyone I've seen who's read it has really liked it, but I am now missing like 4 volumes before I could read this one. I have a ways to go. So there is actually 1 more volume in the box, but it is actually part of, it's such a random one to include, it is part of the theme of hopefully the rest of these. And we have got Tokyo Torariba Girls Returns 2. And what is special about this volume is it is a print-on-demand volume. I'm gonna move the box. A couple of years ago, Kodansha announced a print-on-demand or print club thing where they were going to take some of their digital-first titles and start making them available as print-on-demand volumes. Print-on-demand volumes is, as it says, they don't mass print the volumes, they wait until the order comes in and then they print it to your order and then ship it out. Print on demand volumes typically are printed differently because they're not done en masse, they are done more individually. So the spine is a bit different to say a typical manga volume. You can actually see like the groove here where the spine is. The paper is usually a bit different to like especially what you'd be used to with a manga volume. Some different inside pages, like we have that, and that is mostly it. There is some like negatives around it. Usually the quality is a bit, but it doesn't match manga volumes. I disagree that the quality is necessarily worse. I'd say it's different. But this is as someone who has some mild experience with print on demand in like another industry, not manga, just another one. So like the quality of it, it doesn't feel necessarily bad, it just feels different to possibly what like people are used to with their manga volumes. The big difference I would say is the cost. One of like the give and takes with print on demand is typically the cost is shared between the publisher and the consumer. When a publisher is able to print hundreds to thousands of copies of a book, they're able to do it at a much cheaper rate because they're doing it en masse. But by doing them individually, it does mean that it will cost more, and that cost is usually then pushed on to the person buying the books. Which is why that you see these cost a bunch more than a normal manga volume, and often you're very rarely going to see it discounted or on sale. The second negative is availability. For the longest while, I only could find them on Amazon US and they wouldn't ship. Some have appeared on Sci-Fi. I think from the first few series they did, like Love is an Understatement, Tepu, and Blade. I think like the first 3 volumes of all of those have appeared on Sci-Fi. And from my understanding, at least initially, the volumes were appearing just on distribution lists for booksellers the way that anything else did, and they could just place their order. I do think I have seen them in store. I think I have seen them in Traveling Man, but please don't quote me on that because I can't be completely positive anymore. But as of recently, some of the recent ones post the first 3 titles that they announced they were doing print on demand with, they haven't appeared on other sites that you can purchase from in the UK outside of Blackwell's. But as I said, the problem is they're a bit more pricey. I have been kind of waiting out to see if they'd appear on Sci-Fi because they can get discounted a little bit more, especially using code Caketinz. But with the 10% code off on Blackwell's, I decided to just go for it. Because my ultimate belief is print on demand is a good thing potentially for the manga community. Not having to worry about stuff being in print or available or there being enough copies, I think ultimately will be good for the community. I just don't think the time frames some people expect are reasonable. Like, I expect this will help improve manga buying over the next like 10 years, not by the end of this year. There were 100% teething problems at the start with the first few volumes that they released. There were quality issues. I think they like put brakes on it and they stopped releasing any more or letting you buy any more while they like tried to fix some of the quality issues. And I do think they have improved since the first ones. But it's just biding that time and letting it do better and improve, and then seeing if other publishers see it as interesting enough to be able to nab onto it themselves. I assume there's also going to be some horrendously complex licensing issues. Usually licensing for a volume is like digital versus in print, and you have to like guarantee you're going to print so many or something, whereas print on demand don't work like that. So changes would need to happen for it to be more efficient as well, but I'm still hopeful and I really do still want to try and support where I can, to prove that there is a want and it is good. Anywho, I said I'd open everything and then talk about it. I've talked about it after opening one of them. Well, yes. So this is the first one that we've opened, print on demand. Let's see what else we got. What's really annoying is it's really hard to find what series they have under the print on demand imprint, because there is a page on their website, but it only lists the original 3 series. Love That's an Understatement, Tepu and Blade. And there's been like at least a dozen more, and you can go back through their news articles when they're like, here's more that we're adding to our print on demand lineup. Just add it to the page for the print club thing. Just do that. Anywho, because now I'm like, have I missed any? I don't know. Let's see what this one is. This is why this isn't print on demand. Let's see what it is. Ooh, I've seen a lot of people excited for this one. This is Secondhand Sisters Volume 1. This is a print on demand. I think this is the latest one to release. It is by this person here who seems to get a lot of love on Twitter. They've also done Run Away With Me Girl, which I haven't read because I'm missing volumes. I think there's also a Kickstarter for something of theirs, but I didn't really follow what it was, and it looks like it's more like a comic booklet. It's like 80 pages or something. I'm also a bit scarred from manga Kickstarters, to be honest. Anywho, that's our next print on demand volume. Next one. Upside down. Don't Tempt Me VP Volume 1. This kind of looks smutty. Do you think, have they printed, is it smutty? Have they printed any smutty titles under the imprint? Would they plastic wrap them if they got smutty? Oh, there was a scene I flicked to. Has anyone been watching that K-drama, My Royal Nemesis? The scene on the beach. But I just flicked to a scene where that same thing happened, and now I'm blushing. Next one. This is a very awkward angle to try and open these, but they're too satisfying to not share with you. Do the slips have my address on? The slips do have my address on. I was like, does it matter if I show the slip? Yes, it does. I accidentally just showed the address. So here it is. Because the true saint was banished, that country is done for, Volume 1. This sounds like my kind of series. I don't think it's an isekai. Woman not being like appreciated for her worth, and someone else appreciates her and treats her right. Yes, please. This sounds a bit like another title, The True Too Perfect Saint. Kind of sounds a little bit like that, except it sounds like she's able to hold her own a little. Next one, need to try and not show my address again. You Must Be This Tall to Propose, Volume 2. It's interesting some of the thicknesses on these. Some are a lot thinner than others. How many pages is this? Does it say? Oh, well, this is the chapter listing, and the last chapter is like 117. How long was the last one? The last chapter page on this one is 181. Gosh, that is quite a difference, isn't it? Can't remember if the cost, like the prices were much different. I'll keep an eye out for volume 1 to then have a look at the like back so I don't get spoiled. This one is heavy and thick, and the sun is now hitting me in the face. I was worried about it getting dark, and now I'm just blinded. Paper. This is thick. What is this? Oh my gosh. A Kiss with a Cat. And this is the third one. So hopefully there's another 2. There's 1 and 2 in this pile as well. Final volume includes volumes 5 and 6 of the Japanese edition. Okay, so these are omnis. These are 2-in-1s, and there are 3. That is really bright. Dang. And of course, as soon as I start throwing packaging on the floor, Yuna appears. I think Ben is being kept company by Mika. This one is also thick and heavy. Do you think this is another volume of that series? Can I hide from the sun and also hide my address? It is. It's volume 1. Kiss with a Cat. I like that the cat is featured. She's calm and she's cool and collected and practical, but the second she sees a cat, her heart melts into a puddle. Wait, hang on. Why would you do that to the cat? Why can't it just be a cat? Do you mean the guy is the cat? Do you mean the cat is the guy? I wanted to see the grumpy cat. I'm so disappointed. Ha, hey ho. So I was like, I love yellow spines. I look big, but chunky, thick omnis and that bright yellow. Beautiful. I do have my rainbow shelf now, but I'm only putting titles on it where like each volume are different colors. So this one is not unfortunately eligible because it's all the same color. Saying that, I am planning on putting all the print demands on a shelf, like in one of the extension units up there that's empty right now, just to like make it easier for me to read them. Let's open this one, which is a different opening to the rest. Is that more or less satisfying than the other one? Let me know. How did I get these stacked up all together? Volume 2 of Kiss with a Cat. And you might be like, well, maybe that's just how they came in the door. And I'm like, no, because I've dropped this stack of envelopes like 3 times over the last week, moving them around the house. They were not in any order. That is the whole series then. 3 2-in-1 omnis. I mean, I was saying I was in like my like romancy mood, especially high school romancy. So beautiful. This one next. Bloody hell. I'm gonna die by the end of this. Is that a footprint? I think there's a footprint on this. Whose footprint do you think this was? That was kind of satisfying until I lost it. I think there's 3 volumes in there. I'm not sure. I'm blind. Oh my gosh, I told a fib. There are more volumes I picked up that were discounted. So we have 2.5 Dimensional Seduction Volume 12. I do really quite like the series. It's remarkably cute and wholesome, but I've fallen behind, and this is one of the series I was like, can I catch back up on this? No, there's a multitude of volumes that are not available currently on multiple websites. Like, my go-to is usually Sci-Fi, then I'll check Blackwell's and Amazon for like stock. Like, is it just Sci-Fi? But no, it wasn't just Sci-Fi. We also have 365 Days Before the Wedding, Volume 11. Is this the final volume? It looks final volume-y. I think this is one where I want to give it more of a chance than just Volume 1. It was okay, but like reading some of the synopsis, and I've read a couple of reviews from other people that have read further into the series, and I definitely think I want to try and nab more. But again, I've picked up so many on sale or discounted. Like, do I just wait to try and find them? Oh, clouds, please. And then the last one here is Reincarnated as a Sword 4, and this is the light novel. This is for Ben. I have been cooling it on picking up light novels for Ben. I don't pick him up as many anymore. He has written like a list of, could you get me these ones if you see them? And this is one where if I see any volumes, especially discounted, I'm gonna nab him some. But he is missing loads. He has like volume 1 and then like 9, I think. Now I'm horrendously uncertain as to if there are any more just discounted ones that I've forgotten about. But just... oh, that was so disappointing. You see in there? We've got spoilers. They've spoiled us. So rude. These are all print-on-demand ones though. So this, I think, was a follow-up order that I actually did because I didn't realise 2 of these were print-on-demand volumes. So we have MF Ghost Volume 1, which is the successor to Initial D. I didn't realise that till after I had picked it up, and I have not read Initial D. So I've picked this one up. I'm not going to pick up any more potentially until I've read Initial D, and I am picking up the Omnis that Joe are putting out. Then we have Omega of the Divine Volume 1. Is this going to be smutty? Yes, that's smutty. That is 100% lightsabers. I would have been a bit disappointed for a title with Omega in it to not be smutty. It is smutty. I just flicked it to a panel and it says not my tummy. I don't want to know why. Can't believe we're getting smutty BL under this print on demand line. Gosh. We also have volume 2 of Don't Tempt Me VP. Oh, it's kind of got a smutty moment in it ish. It's mostly hidden and then fade to blackish, but it's kind of there. Not like the Omega where we saw the lightsabers and everything else, but still. Next one. Oh. There we go. Next we have Girlfriend 2. This is an omnibus, and I do have the first omnibus already. So I have, I think, 1 to 3 of the first 3 series they announced, and then the first omnibus of this. This was the first series they announced after the initial wave, and this contains 3 and 4 of the Japanese edition. Flick this stack, because I think all of them had my address upwards, so if we do this, we won't see them. I think we're back to regular envelopes now. I think that was more satisfying. Ooh. So we have got Killing Line, and this is the second one. Black comedy about a high school girl and an assassin locked in a whirlwind romance. There's a lot of romance under the print on demand line. I quite like the colour and the cover. It's like orange but with paint splatters all over it. This is also on the thinner side. Next one. Yeah. I've made a right mess on my desk, but you can't really see it because I've not pointed the camera down. We have I Have a Crush at Work, Volume 1, another romance. I'm going to assume, like, because they're in the office, these are going to be shoujo or josei, because, like, you never get shown in or seen in romances where they're adults, I feel. Not just co-workers, they totally have the hots for each other. The problem is they're trying to keep their new relationship under wraps to avoid making things awkward at work. Gosh, imagine getting into a relationship with someone you work with. Next one! Definitely more satisfying. It is Killing Line Volume 1. Damn, this is the guy. I'm gonna have to at Kitsune just so she can see it, but then she's gonna be sad that they're print on demand. Damn. It's more tattoo than man. I've just realised it's a different colour. Volume 1 and 2, one's pink, one's orange. Tell me this is a longer series so I could potentially add it to the... No. Would I add it to the rainbow shelf or leave it on the print on demand shelf? Which takes priority? Thinking the print on demand. Next one. There's like a series that I know I ordered that we've not seen any of it yet. Is this gonna be it? Imagine if this is it. This is it. It Heard Me. Cells at Work Lady Volume 2. Now if you don't know the Cells at Work series, there is like the main series, Cells at Work, which tells you about like inside the human body, but there is like a dozen spin-offs. Some of which we've had in print, like Baby and Black, but there is Lady, which talks about like specifics inside a lady body. There is like bacteria, platelets, there's all sorts. But I've always hoped they'd print more of the other titles, and even as a print on demand, I'm quite excited to see that we have one here. Next one. It is, is it a bit damaged? Tokyo Tarariba Girls Returns 2 Volume 1. So I got very confused about this. So I think there is Tokyo Tarariba Girls Returns and then Tokyo Tarariba Girls Return 2. I just put them in my spreadsheet as the same series because I'm not dealing with that. Same with like BLs and their subtitles. You stop that. So I've put this one in, I think, as like Volume 3. I did read all of Tokyo Tarariba Girls earlier in the year. I had some issues with it. Went on a bit of a rant, I think, in a review video. I'm mildly hopeful with a second chance following on. The mangaka is good at telling a story, and I like Blank Canvas and I like Princess Jellyfish. Just some parts of this series, the original one, like rubbed me the wrong way, but a sequel follow-up, I will give 100% a second chance. Next we got... Oh, it's stuck to my thumb. It's just part of me now. We've got I Have a Crush at Work Volume 2. Do you think this is completed 2 or if there's going to be more? Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be more of this. I don't know. I think I get a soft spot for like cute romances in The Office, so I'm fine with there being a bunch of these. Next, I opened that on the wrong hand. Oh no, it's trapped. It is Tokyo Terror Girls Returns, just like the first one. No volume, no 2 on it or anything. I am hopeful. I'm hopeful this is going to like quench some of the things I got annoyed about. I think that's what I'm hoping from this title. Also, the clouds have hidden the sun from me. Thank you, Mr. Clouds. We have 3 more. Can we get them done before the sun tries to kill me again? If I can find the thingy. Ooh, love That's an Understatement Volume 4. So yeah, one of the original series already had 3 volumes out, and here's the 4th one, same manga as Lovesick Ellie, which I really quite enjoyed. I think the 5th one of this is now out and available. I don't know how quickly they appear on Blackwell's. From like pretty much Kodansha just is like, okay, and these are available for you to now order, or like, here are these new series we're adding to the print on demand, and then 2 days later, and now you can buy them. It's a wonderfully quick turnaround, which is why I think like it could be the future for manga. So now I need to go and see how much 5 is on Blackwell's and if there are any discount codes. 2 more left. It is, oh, You Must Be This Tall to Propose Volume 1. I forgot we had Volume 2, but we did not have Volume 1. Oh, this sounds like awkward romance. Not being able to communicate and be honest with each other. Beautiful. That's something that, like, there's been so many of those recently I've enjoyed as well, so I'll take that. Last parcel here in the haul is, I can open the damn thing. Yes, Cells at Work Lady Volume 1. Life as a lady can be tough, but life in a lady is that much tougher. With that, we are done. This is the, can I get this all on view? This is the print on demand stack. It's a bit heavy and I nearly threw it off the back of my desk. I wonder if that got picked up. Me throwing all the rubbish on the floor. And then this is the not print on demand, it was just stuff on sale, but you can go to the side because you're really interesting but not as interesting. I've said it a few times now, but I really do think that this sort of way of printing manga can really hopefully make a long-term difference to the community. I think it's going to be slow going and I think it's going to be slow to adopt because again, potential licensing issues, they cost a bit more, availability is trickier, but they can be ironed out just over time. I will do my best to try and help people find nice discounts, like when there's discount codes, say on Blackwell's, if they appear on Sci-Fi are discounted, if they ever appear in store, you can pick them up in 3 for 2s. I truthfully have no idea like how they appear for distributors or stores to stock. I'm making mild guesses on comments I've seen other people make. I'd like to remain mildly optimistic. I feel like that's the nicest way to go about it. Let me know in the comments if you've picked up any of these print-on-demand series or have you been tempted to give them a go. Any series from maybe Kodansha Digital Library that you would like to see them attempt this print-on-demand shenanigan with. If you haven't already, remember to like and subscribe. Check out my channel memberships for early access to all of my videos. I am really catching up, I'm so pleased. I am gonna go and try and start doing some reading because I already have something I'm reading and I want to finish that before I start moving on to some of this. Otherwise, I hope you have the most amazing day and I will see you next time. Bye bye!